And we are back here in Chicago. This is TNA Impact. This is your main event. For the first time ever, Rich Swann one-on-one with Nic Nemeth in a Road to Slammiversary qualifying matchup. Earlier on tonight, Steve Macklin defeated Sami Callihan. It's Macklin, Josh Alexander, and of course the reigning TNA World Champion so far in the six-way elimination match for the TNA World title come Slammiversary, live on pay-per-view and TNA Plus in Montreal on Saturday, July 20th. One of these two men, Nic Nemeth and Rich Swann, will have the chance to contend for Moose's TNA World title at Slammiversary.
So what I got, Tom, out of that laundry list of accolades that you listed, the number of people who held that prestigious championship, not the one that's the digital media championship.
I mean, on the shoulder of AJ Francis, he's now claiming to be the reigning international heavyweight wrestling champion.
I mean, let's go. Belt. I don't know what more
it's an
evidence
89-year-old piece of wrestling history.
And its legacy lives on. So what I was gonna say before I was incredibly rudely interrupted is that Rich Swann, should he win this match, go to Slammiversary and win the TNA World title once again. First class could have the digital media champion, could have the TNA World champion, and the international wrestling champion. Are you kidding me?
First of all, AJ Francis bought the championship, and you don't think the timing of this is intriguing considering First Class decimated the first date between Steph DeLander and the French-Canadian Frankenstein PCO?
I see no connection there. I see a man with lots of gold and lots of style and lots of class.
I see AJ Francis and his buddy DJ Hookid with a bunch of Snoop and Dr. Dre's gin and juice in their hands, having fun on the outside.
Get some over here.
A great match. It's just getting underway here.
There you go.
Good Lord.
Emotional support is important. Man, it's okay. Hug your boys, hug your friends. That's love. People need to see that more. As Nemeth is here. Nemeth here all on his own.
The referee, Daniel Spencer, trying to get Swann back inside the ring. Nemeth listening to the official. He could have kicked Swann's head clean off, but it would have potentially drawn a disqualification there. And now Swann taken down by Nemeth. Nemeth, who has been pursuing the TNA World Championship ever since he surprised us all and arrived here in TNA back at Hard to Kill in January.
Been very explicit about that being his major goal here. He wants to be the flag bearer for this company, and credit to him for that. He's worked very hard to do so. He came up short ultimately, though, at Rebellion against the current TNA World Champion, Moose, and there's been no person who's been able to dethrone the system's finest, the world champion, Moose.
Drop kick right to the face by Nemeth. You remember at Rebellion that Nemeth's shoulder was off the mat when the decision was final. There was plenty of controversy there surrounding Moose's victory.
The decision, as you say, though, was final. It's unfortunate, but them's the bricks, kid. And nobody knows that better than Nic Nemeth. And what I mean by that is, you know, getting close to the goal and never quite reaching it, you know what I mean? As,
shoulders down, and a kick out.
Nemeth going to that amateur wrestling background, no doubt. He was a standout athlete from his college days at Forward, always has been. But Swann here, thanks to the support of people like his boy, AJ Francis, I think is capable of greater things than he has been in a long, long time.
Meanwhile, Rich Swann, who captured
Rich Homie Swann
his lone TNA World Championship back at Bound for Glory in 2020. Here's the cover, shoulders down and a kick out, defeating Eric Young that night. Again, another cover to move on to Slammiversary, and Nemeth is all over Swann right now and a kick out.
Nemeth is relentless here. Swann needs a breather. Credit to the engine of Nic Nemeth there for go, go, go. Hey, baby, hydration's important. Hydration's important.
It's gin and juice. What are you talking about, hydration?
Yeah.
Oh, no, AJ Francis taking Nemeth off his feet while Hookid and Francis have the referee's attention. And Francis just smashed a can of gin and juice into Nemeth's head. Cover by Swann. Oh, and Nic Nemeth is still alive. Spencer's attention.
Oh, this is all working out in the right way. You didn't see him do it. No, wait. No!
Yes. Thank you. This Road to Slammiversary qualifying matchup will continue uninterrupted between Nemeth and Swan here on Impact. Picture in picture.
Absolute insensitive nonsense from the crowd here in Chicago. Look, I ain't gonna lie, I know AJ Francis and company got into some shenanigans, but the ref didn't technically see him do anything.
He caught him red-handed. He caught him about to slug Nemeth in the face.
About to, not doing it.
You don't think the referee noticed all the gin and juice sprayed all over the impact zone?
I mean, what? The wonderful, bountiful flavors and aromas of gin and juice, they fill any room they're in.
Now, before Francis and Who officially leave, can we get some cans of
Thank you.
Snoop and Dre's gin and juice?
Finally making sense.
Because I'd be cool with that. I'm very happy that they're leaving, and now this match can continue.
Wait.
Uninterrupted, hold on! Swan took his eye off Nemeth and a kick out. Oh, throat first into the middle rope. I know Swan trying to push the pace. Hurricane Rana, down goes Nemeth.
And I hope nobody in this crowd, nobody watching at home is counting out Swan simply because his first-class comrades are no longer around. Swan, a former world champion, as we've said before, is a force to be reckoned with himself.
Now Swan is going to have to reevaluate for so much of the time what we've seen first class together. They have helped each other, Francis and Swan, to win matches, whatever means it's required.
And especially when a shot at the world title is on the line. That brings out another level. We saw a little bit of that in Steve Macklin versus Sami Callihan, the intensity, the lengths they went to qualify for Slammiversary. Rich Swann has that same mentality, I can promise you that.
And Nemeth is hurting after the involvement of Francis. And now Swan laying into the one-in man.
Oh, it's an apropos nickname. He's wanted by Rich Swann here. But Nemeth finding a way to fight back.
Oh, back elbow by Swan. Nemeth with a little flurry had an opening and it got shut down by Swan.
The wanted man got what was coming to him.
And credit to Swan, he has refocused on his fitness as of late and has gotten himself into fantastic shape. Has always had that enormous gas tank, you know what I mean? That tremendous stamina he's been so difficult to put away.
And I give a lot of credit to that to AJ Francis for motivating his boy Rich Swann, who could win a title opportunity at Slammiversary in the elimination matchup.
And we are back here on TNA Impact. This is our main event now that AJ Francis and DJ Who have been barred from ringside per the official. This match can continue. Swan versus Nemeth. One of these two men will join the field for the six-way elimination match for the TNA World title, live on pay-per-view and TNA Plus in Montreal at Slammiversary.
And Swan laying in every one of these strikes, knowing what's on the line.
Oh! Big kick to the head, and Nemeth is down. We saw the involvement of AJ Francis and DJ Who before the break. That's why they got tossed from ringside, and Swan has been in control for the bulk of the commercial break.
We were talking about it just before we came back. Swan has gotten himself into some of the best shape of his career, best shape of his life.
Oh.
A lot of that I believe in thanks to AJ Francis motivating his friend.
A Swan rushed at Nemeth. Oh, and a clothesline there by Nemeth. And now Nic Nemeth, the one-in man, has found an opening.
And
the splash and then the neck breaker. Nic Nemeth, who has been hell-bent on getting his revenge on Moose and the system, hell-bent on getting the TNA World Championship in his hands.
Repeated elbow drops, and not done yet.
Cover to qualify for Slammiversary and a kick out.
Gonna take more than that to put former world champion Rich Swann away.
At every turn, the system has done whatever possible to try and completely eliminate Nic Nemeth and his brother Ryan Nemeth, for that matter, from TNA. Nic Nemeth will not go quietly. If he has a chance to dethrone Moose at Slammiversary, he's gonna fight tooth and nail to earn a title shot.
He's gonna have to get through Swann, though, who is still not done putting up a fight.
Clothesline by Swann to move on to Montreal, and a kick out there by Nemeth.
Nemeth built up a hell of a lot of momentum there, but Swann snuffed it out just like that.
Earlier on tonight, Steve Macklin defeated Sami Callihan to qualify. Last week, Josh Alexander beat Eric Young to punch his ticket to Slammiversary. We know next week it's Kazarian versus Santana and Joe Hendry versus Jake something to complete the qualifying matches.
One of those gets filled right now, right here.
Wait a minute. Oh, sent it to the top turnbuckle. Buckle bomb there by Swann, missing the corner. Famous, sir! Spiked into the canvas. Nemeth, cover. Swann able to kick at it, too.
Great resilience from Swann, but oh!
Sleeper here by Nemeth.
Nic Nemeth snatched that one with authority. Looking to choke out Swann in the middle of the ring.
Is Rich Swann gonna tap out? Is Nic Nemeth going to Slammiversary?
Swann trying to counter here, trying to roll through, trying to break the grip of Nic Nemeth here.
Swann gets himself to the top rope. Oh, and a back elbow there, breaking up the submission attempt. Went for the danger zone. Swann held onto the rope. Big kick right to the head.
Right upside the dome, courtesy of Swanee.
Cover, hook the leg out, and kick out again by Nemeth.
Both these guys are known the world over for their resilience, for their ability, as you said, to just keep going, to pull it out in the deep water.
And all the while, the TNA World Champion Moose has been watching as this unfolds.
But now Rich Swann is lining up Nic Nemeth. Could be looking for the finishing blow here.
Oh, went for the splash. Oh, and it's blocked by Nemeth. Shoulders down. Oh, and a kick out.
Smart counter from Nemeth, but Swann right back to his feet.
Big spin kick there. Now, go for the handspring. Cutter, center of the ring.
Got him!
Could this be it to go to Slammiversary? Nemeth is still in the fight.
Digging down deep to stay alive in this fight. That proves how much the simple opportunity, the simple shot at the world title means to both these guys.
A chance to compete for the richest prize in TNA as we celebrate, our 20th Slammiversary. Oh!
Come on! Hit me!
And Nemeth inviting the barrage here, and Swann answering.
Swann and Nemeth. Oh, and a straight headbutt.
Ooh!
Nemeth tried to hold on. Super kick by Nemeth. Super kick by Swann.
The back and forth is not stopping here.
Another super kick.
Yeah!
Oh, and the DDT. Swann, how the hell is he on his feet?
I think he got bounced right to
Danger
it.
zone.
Swann was bounced to his feet, caught the danger zone. Is that it?
Nemeth has earned another shot
is your winner, Nic Nemeth.
Nemeth dug down deep, scratched and clawed to get back to an opportunity at the TNA World title.